It's been quite the journey here in the Coaching Carousel Dynasty. In our second year as head coach at Maryland, we started out with a bang, facing Iowa to open the season, and Josiah Ducks got it going with an opening return for a touchdown. Shiv Kishore was our starter for most of the year, but about a few games into the year, the freshman Mac Anderson showed off his arm and took over as the QB1 and really took it by storm. But Shiv Kishore shifted over to receiver and played quite well. We went on to beat Ohio State, but in the Big Ten championship, after being 12-0, we ended up losing our first game of the year versus Wisconsin as the #1 team in the country. We dropped down to #4 after this loss, and then we ended up facing Texas A&M in the college football playoff, and Wisconsin ended up going on to beat UCF to end up in the national championship. Wisconsin was a huge game for us, but we really needed to refocus and take on Texas A&M, where we faced the Heisman Trophy winner in Le'Veon Moss. But early on, we made it known that Moss wasn't going to have his way at all in this game. But a big storyline happened in this one. Mac Anderson was just absolutely off. He started 3 of 11 and missed an easy one like this one for a first down. So in comes the veteran Shiv Kishore back to quarterback. His senior season, he gets his redemption story. In versus Texas A&M, he came in and did not disappoint, finding Levante St. Brown for a long touchdown and capped off a semi-final win versus the #1 team in the country at the time. And here we go. We find ourselves in the national championship game in a rematch versus Wisconsin. We have really seen the ups and downs here at Maryland. Obviously, in our first year, I think we surprised a lot of people. But here in the second year, we were riding a high horse, but then ran into Wisconsin. And now they are 14-0 entering this game. And in our first matchup, we really did underestimate quarterback Martez Brown, 6'6". He is a tremendous quarterback, an excellent pro prospect, because what pro teams want to see is how coachable are you? And you can just see he has matured into a poised quarterback. He probably isn't their best player on their team. It's Granville Wormley. I mean, he is a 15-touchdown, 1,500-yard rusher. And the weapons around those two aren't really too great, but Zach Schuler is a speed demon at 96 speed. He is just 79 overall. But what really gets after the other team is their defense. They have playmakers all over, and that's really been their calling card for most of the year. So will Shiv Kishore, who is now going to get the start in the national championship over Mac Anderson, show up once again for the second straight college football playoff matchup? So let's not waste any time. Let's hop straight into the action. The national championship is underway. Levante St. Brown is going to receive the opening kickoff. We have not had him at kick returner at all so far. Here is St. Brown getting to the outside. He gets to about the 46. We want to use our playmakers in this one, so St. Brown is going to have his best game of this season in order for us to have a chance. The first play is a play-action fake throw to the fullback, Lee Pelzel. He picks up a gain of 2, maybe trying to throw the defense off, getting it to a guy that doesn't normally touch the ball. 2nd and 8 now. Kishore rolls to the left side, and he gets tripped up from behind. And Kishore is the mobile of the two quarterbacks. He gets sacked for a loss of 5 by Mike Roth. 3rd and 13 now. The pressure getting pushed into Kishore. He has to roll to the right side and throw this one out of bounds. So a 3-and-out after an excellent return. And here comes this high-powered Wisconsin offense on the field. So here is Martez Brown pitching to Wormley right away on the option, and that one will go for a gain of 9. Granville Wormley is a tough guy to bring down. He's not the speediest. He just does it all. We eventually get him to a 3rd and inches. Can we get them to a 3-and-out? Here's a counter play to the right side. Wormley will pick up the first. A gain of 4 Our defensive line is going to have the best game of the season in order to stop this run. Here is Wormley getting another pitch on the option. A good block on the outside, and that one will be another first down. It looks like they will call that one a forward pass, but if it was a forward pass, should have been a flag with illegal men downfield. Martez Brown continues this drive. Here's a quick throw, and that's going to be caught. DJ Nelson this time. One of those two young receivers they have with Schuler and Nelson. Here's a pitch play, and this one will be a loss of 4. It's going to be John Plenter with a loss, and now we get him to a 3rd and 7. A crucial down here for the defense as they've got across the 50 easily. Here's a throw to the outside. It's Zach Schuler, gain of 10. He killed us in our first matchup with 2 deep touchdown catches. Now they're inside the red zone. Brown under center throws to Nelson. Good defense that time. And that was a tight window. 3rd and 1 handoff. Wormley breaks 1 tackle, breaks a second, and a 3rd. He's in for the touchdown, 10 yards out. And Wisconsin will strike first. An awesome stiff arm breaking the tackle and then breaking off another one. It's 7-0 here for Wisconsin. So here is Levante St. Brown back to receive this kickoff. He has another space, another lane to the outside. He takes it across the 50. He has one man to beat, and it's the kicker who brings him down. Levante St. Brown almost tied that ball game up on that return. Here we go on our second drive. Keyshore changing the play. He's going to run the ball this time. Ellis Holmes, who had a little bit of space, he picks up a gain of 4. Josiah Dux was hurt a few games ago. He's out for the season. Here is Jace Washington with a catch across the middle. He picks up a gain of 8. Dux is really another guy who can stretch the field along with Levante St. Brown. Those two really did change the offense. Here's a deep shot down the middle of the field. It's a touchdown. Levante St. Brown's 22nd career touchdown catch. And that will be the school record. Congratulations to him in his senior season, in his final game as a Terp. He has that one in the end zone, and he ties this ball game up. So 7-7 game, Martez Brown under center, quick throw to Schuler, and Zach Schuler has got speed, 96 of it, and he picks up a gain of 20, maybe push forward about a few yards at the end of that play as well. So they're at the 50 already. Brown throws to the sideline. DJ Nelson again, another catch by him, a gain of 15. We don't know whether to play zone or man. Neither is working, as that's another catch by Schuler. And Draco Thompson guarding Schuler is having a tough time early on. The second quarter begins. Here's a handoff. Wormley cut back lane. That drive was way too easy. 16 yards for Wormley, and he makes it a 7-point game again. So can Maryland answer back? You see that Wisconsin pressure getting right through the defense, through the offense. Gain of 4 nonetheless. 3rd and 6, Keyshore throws to an open Justin Carter. That one's caught for a first down. Flag on the play. What are they going to call here? A block in the back. So this one is coming back. And it looks like Levante St. Brown's going to get called. So it must have been after the catch. It's going to make it a 3rd and 7. Keyshore throws to Carter, and maybe a bit too late. It's going to be incomplete, knocked out of his hands. So Wisconsin takes over on the next drive. Here is Granville Wormley getting right to it. It's a gain of 13. If our team cannot stop Wormley, I mean, we have no chance in this one. Now a 2nd and 10. Counter play to the outside. Wormley cuts forward and tries to get past MJ Kennard. 3rd and 8 now. Another big 3rd down. Brown throws to the left side. This one's going to be caught by Justin Turner. Martez Brown had to put it perfectly just outside the outstretched arms of Gallagher. Another first down. Counter play to the left. Here's Wormley breaking a tackle, picking up another tough 9 yards and another first down. Wormley 6.6 yards per carry, already 2 scores. The backup Simmons comes to the game. He runs over a defender. He's in. Another Wisconsin touchdown. 21-7. All 3 have been rushing touchdowns, by the way. So here we go back on offense. Ellis Holmes getting a carry. That one goes for a gain of 6. As now we near the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Here's Keyshore throwing. Carter's open. He has it. He goes upfield, turns upfield, and picks up a gain of 14 yards for a first down. So Keyshore switches up the play. Here's a quick throw across the middle. It's Nico Astro who's got it now. It's a gain of 13. We have really had to use our depth on our receiving core just to find some answers. Here's Keyshore, more pressure in the pocket, and in a 3rd and 11, he throws it out of bounds, and our kicker's going to have to come in and knock this one through, and he will. But 21-10, eventually you can't trade touchdowns for field goals. 40 seconds left in the first half. Here is Turner again, another catch, another first down for him. Martez Brown trying to get his team on the board again. Brown steps up and somehow avoids a sack on that one and throws it into the stands. 2nd and 10. Brown throws, and it's Rivero this time. He gets behind the defense, and it's going to be a first down. That time it's the other Linston, and now they're inside of field goal range. Brown again throwing deep to the end zone. It's going to be caught. Zach Schuler. He killed us in game 1, and Draco Linston gets caught looking in the backfield. Somehow lets the fastest guy on the field past him. It's 28-10. Here's Keyshore now. This time rolling to the right side. Throwing deep. He's got St. Brown, and St. Brown gets it knocked out of his hands. A big time drop that time. Maybe a better defensive play than a drop. Keyshore loads up again, this time to end this first half, and this one's caught. St. Brown can't keep his footing in bounds, and that's how this one ends at half. 28-10. It looks much like the first matchup. So you got to think our defense is going to be a lot more aggressive. As remember, our play calling, we are an offensive-minded coach, so we let the defensive coordinator call the play using Ask Coach. Here is Brown this time, scrambling, and this is something he didn't do all game 1 and hasn't done it yet until that moment. It's a gain of 20. This offense is just so unpredictable. Here is Wormley, handoff, into the outside Wormley goes, makes a couple of men miss, breaks another one, touchdown. 47 yards for Granville Wormley, and he is just putting on a clinic today. Our defensive coordinator, it just does not look good for him. This is one of those plays where it's just a normal handoff and Wormley just cuts to the outside. It's 35-10 here in the 3rd quarter. It's looking ugly in the national championship, much like real life. Here is Keyshore rolling to the right side, throwing that way. He's got Carter. Breaking a tackle is the freshman tight end. A gain of 23. Justin Carter has had his ups and downs this season, but has been a pretty reliable tight end. But now we're across the 50. We got to go. Here is Keyshore rolling to the right side, throwing, and that's Nico Astro again. His 2nd big catch of the game, and we're inside the 5. Keyshore now set up at the 1. Here's a read option keeper, and Keyshore keeps it. It's a loss of 3, but take another look. 3 defenders fall on Keyshore, and he looks like he is shaken up. He's going to have to come out of this game. In comes the freshman quarterback, Mac Anderson, who had a shaky game last game, but he's in for a 3rd and goal. Anderson throws to his running back, Ellis Holmes, who tries to spin. He cannot get out of the tackle. And now it's 4th and goal. We got to go for it, down by 25. Anderson rolls to the right side. He takes it himself. It's a touchdown. They expect Shiv Keyshore to run and scramble, but they don't expect Mac Anderson, who's more of a pocket passer. And it's 35-17. We need a few stops in this one. Here is Brown under pressure. He goes down. There we go. There's that defensive intensity we need. It's a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Here is Granville Wormley. He gets all that yardage back. It's a gain of 10. Big 3rd and 5 right here. Martez Brown in the pocket, throws, and that's DJ Nelson. And he uses his elusiveness to get the first down on that one. And now here they are across the 50. Another throw across the middle, and it should have been picked off. It's Jeff Ross who had the interception. These are the plays that decide champions. You have to convert right there. And this drive continues. 2nd and 10 under center. Martez Brown running a tight end in motion. Wormley, great blocking. Wide open hole. It's a gain of 13 yards and a first down. That's what happens. You got to capitalize on the interceptions when you have them. 3rd and 4 now. Martez Brown throws to the back of the end zone. DJ Nelson, touchdown. The 2nd touchdown pass of the day. Martez Brown goes to Nelson. He's just making stars out of guys that are just probably normal wide receivers on other teams. So here we go. Back out onto the field is the offense. And this one's tipped around. Falls incomplete. Luckily, wasn't intercepted. 2nd and 10. They send the pressure. And this one's thrown across the middle. It's picked off by the safety. And Wisconsin will take over again after a turnover. The first one of the day. And honestly, we've had to play perfect offense in order to stay up with this Wisconsin offense. So here's Martez Brown. Throw it to the right side. This one's completed. And these are the plays that I talk about. MJ Kennard is right there in coverage. He just lets Nelson just snag it. 2nd and 3 now. Brown in the pocket. Throws to an open man. It's Nelson again. Another first down conversion. Martez Brown has been masterful today, just picking apart the defense. Going short, going deep. Intermediate passes, short passes, play actions. Here's a throw, and it's Nelson again. This offensive coordinator deserves a raise or should be a head coach somewhere next year, because Wisconsin has put 49 points up in the national championship game. 4 minutes to go. Here is Keyshore trying to do something. He throws Levante St. Brown, who picks up a block, and St. Brown is off to the races. He will score on the first play. You can't really be too excited. We're still down by multiple scores, but a 77-yard touchdown by Levante St. Brown makes it 24-49. Here is Granville Wormley trying to run the football some more, milking this clock, and now we are under 3 minutes. Screen pass called. It's a 3rd and 3. Wormley, he gets tackled before the first down marker. We call our 2nd timeout. We only have 1 remaining for the remainder of the game. So here is Keyshore now, backing onto the field, throwing, and he's finding St. Brown again. He's had a huge game today. A couple of nice kick returns, 4 for 171. Keyshore now loading up, going deep. It's St. Brown again, who climbs the ladder and catches it at the 1. He's over 200 yards receiving with that catch. We hurried up to the line now. Keyshore at the 1. Handoff. Ellis Holmes. He's in. We're down by 18. We go for 2, and we're down by 17. And we had to kick the onside kick. Here is Stringer. It's going to be recovered. Wisconsin will have this one. They will look to run the clock here. 1 first down should end it. Wormley, handoff, and he gets it. Spinning around. And we taste defeat for the 2nd time this year from Wisconsin. They are the national champions here in Season 5 of this Coaching Carousel Dynasty. This is pretty unheard of. A team pretty much blows out an undefeated team twice in a row. We've only lost to Wisconsin this year. Just an insane outcome for this year. Shiv Keyshore tried his best. He tried to come in and be that veteran, that senior leader. It just wasn't enough. Maryland's defense is just probably not built to win national championships yet. You saw how great Wisconsin's is. They have some fast linebackers, fast defensive linemen. We will get there one day. That day is just not today. Wisconsin just proved they are the better football team. Shiv Keyshore, 13 of 24, 2 touchdowns, not bad, but Marquise Brown was just absolutely masterful. If this doesn't shoot him up into the top 5 in the draft, I don't know what will. This guy is just amazing. 6'6", too, can move when he needs to. Granville Wormley should be a top pick as well. He's a senior, 6'2". He's got size. He's got pretty decent speed. He's not the speediest, but he is a powerful running back. And then he made DJ Nelson look like, a first-round pick, and I don't think he's that talented, but I think he could end up being a first-round pick after today. Just a crazy, crazy outcome in this game. And you got to give it up to Wisconsin. Congrats to them. They had an excellent season, capped it off with a national championship big win, 49 points put up in this game. It's commendable. Our defense definitely needs work in the offseason, though. That's one thing that we're going to do. Recruit here and get better. Wisconsin had 514 total yards on offense. They went 7 of 8 on third down, and their time of possession doubled what we had. So I initially came into this episode last week thinking this would be the finale, but I just don't like the way this is ending, and I want to see, the career kind of Mac Anderson and the these other guys, and I want to see if, there is a job that we could potentially leave Maryland for, or we stick it out at Maryland. There are a lot of good, interesting pieces coming in as freshmen, which I won't go over in this episode, but we are going to continue this series. There is still interest in this. We are going to be obviously missing a lot of guys next year. Ellis Holmes, Josiah Dux is graduating as well. No more Shiv Keyshore. Jace Washington and Levante St. Brown both gone. So our top receivers are going to be gone. We're going to have to replace them. And then obviously a lot of guys on defense as well. This team's going to look a little different, but like I said, we have a lot of pieces coming in. You never know how the offseason is going to go. But I think, this year was a success. We got to the national championship. Obviously came up a bit short, but sometimes that's just how it goes. So Wisconsin, they are the champions, and we go into the offseason looking to reload, retool to compete with Wisconsin. They're missing some guys as well next year. So hope you guys enjoyed this season. Sorry we had breaks in between, which I'll talk about in the next video as well. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.